inside those titles was that one of the major like plot points was that each and every place had a where each and every sector had a gate system, a gate network, and whoever really controlled all of the gates owned that particular like system. Going from there, the major plot point was that I think in Albion Prelude, one of the people inside, one of the characters actually broke up the gate system, and that really leads us to what we have here.
Looks like the Sovereign Syndicate is causing trouble. We'd best keep our distance. Take a look at the map to check where they're heading.
But like I said, I mean, the plot for these games, in all honesty, it matters, like, fairly little. The majority of it, I mean, is based upon, like giving the player, like, stuff to do, really, like, giving the player a universe to play around in. It's not really so much about the story. So anyhow, it looks like the Sovereign Syndicate here, which is a pirate faction, is harassing whatever station, whatever station ships are nearby. And as you can see here, that the ships adjacent here are starting to fire back. And well, there are a few pirate factions. There are a few friendly nation factions of sorts, and these relations do fluctuate. Currently, we know about 2 factions. We know about the Plutarch Mining Corporation, and we also know about the Heart of Albion people right here. And well, I'd like to say that the factions, they aren't really pictured as good or bad, but a mixture of gray, so you can really decide as to which faction you'd like to align to.
Entering Watergate.
I am really bad with these travel stream mini games, simply because I have a tendency to just jump out of them. But anyhow, we just have to sort of like latch on to another person like that, and we'll just go faster. There we go.
Entering Cuspid Splint.
So yeah, as you can probably tell, I mean, I said that the game starts off fairly slowly, and what I mean by that is that there is a lot of travel time in the beginning. The maps for these games are pretty large, meaning that as you go along here, you do have to discover like a lot of places to do your trading and do your and find combat missions and stuff like that. So with that kind of said, I mean, like, I think the goal of the developer at this point was to really just make it so that so the player already starts off with a list of places that they know, and with that kind of said, that's kind of why we're doing a lot of traveling. Alright, so let's see, we are supposed to rendezvous. Ooh, big stream of ships. We are supposed to rendezvous with our freighter, which is apparently nearby, and it looks like it's over here. Just a spoiler here, you do get attacked by pirates as you reach that particular ship, meaning that we should probably switch our guns back to the pulsed Mazer Mark 1, and I'm going to just slowly drift in here because you'll see here on the side panel, I'll just leave my mouse pointed to that ship so it'll float there, and then I can get the interaction mouse here. You'll see that like we have quite a stylized HUD option here, and the health screen is over here. So we have shields and we also have hull strength.
There she is.
The thing
I
that
can't say I've
to
used her
speed
for
up.
trading much. Never got around to finding a crew.
Were you expecting company? Are these drones yours?
No, I can't say they are. They're headed this way.
Looks like drones from the Sovereign Syndicate. Did you ever have a quiet day?
Yeah, so like during this fight, you'll notice that we have health and we also have shields. And incidentally, what you use to turbo around is also the stuff that you use as shielding. So it uses the same energy pool, meaning that yeah, you don't really want to like float into this particular fight. It's actually quite difficult due to the amount of dogfighting that you need to do for this fight. The nice thing about it is that you actually don't, yeah, you do, your ship does take a lot of beatings from these drones here. Simply because they're just really maneuverable and you can't really hit them all too well. Yeah, those drones are way more maneuverable than us, so we're just going to sort of sit here and we're going to try to pick them off like that. And when we can shoot the other one, we'll pick them off. But the nice thing is that your guns, they don't actually follow.
You've saved us.
Your guns don't actually follow your the center of your screen, it follows the mouse around. So with that said, we can have some leeway inside these fights where you really do need precision aiming. And all I'm trying to do here is that I'm just trying to line up that like little lead-on marker to that drone to take it out. There's no way we'll be able to win against these drones in like in a dogfight using speed. So with that said, I'm going to not even bother moving. But it looks like the nice people from the station over there have dispatched
I guess
some
they saw a ship just sitting here and thought it would be an easy steal.
We should check the nearby stations. There are usually pretty capable freelance captains ready to take charge of a ship.
Let me guess. You know just the guy.
Not specifically, but I think I can point you in the right direction.
And we can check our ship apparently using 2 and 2, so we can check the property that we own. And as you can see here that we own one ship here. So anyhow, it looks like we will need to find a crew to man this ship. So we will we'll just follow along with whatever the objectives here are. Let's go to Watergate.
Missing info on local objects. You should be able to gather information on objects like stations. You should be able to gather information on objects like stations when you place nearby. There are sometimes opportunities to find distance.
Okay, so looks like we have to go to another one of those things.
Apparently, I was born in this zone. The station doesn't exist anymore after Plutarch recycled what they didn't need to shore up their ship production. The computer can store information on this zone as well as trade offers on stations. There are sometimes opportunities to find discounts which can pay off later.
Okay, let's see. Just have to go to the faster ship here, like that. But yeah, inside the previous games, what you could do is that you in the X series you don't necessarily manage one ship and only one ship. You could have a fleet of ships, meaning that you could have like fighters, and if you were playing as like as a combat pilot of sorts, you could have like you yourself could command a capital ship. You could have like a fleet of fighters, and you can also have some escort ships. And how you did that was that you would effectively like buy these AI modules for your ships, and you'd install them to ships, and then you could give them orders through this plug-in system like that. Inside those games, the HUD was really bad in that it was essentially like it was like your operating system. You would have like a little sidebar menu, and you could pull information off from that and really do whatever from there. So with that said, I think they're really going for immersion this time, and one of the things that they're doing is that so now if you want to set up a fleet, you'll need to use these AI. Well, you need to hire these characters to help you out. So it looks like we're supposed to go to this particular docking point on the station to pick up some people. So we'll go there, and we'll go to this particular dock.
You should dock and look for a captain.
So all we have to do is just approach this place. Soon enough, we will be able to click on the icon, and that'll give us the double click on it, and that'll give us the docking indicator.
This is the Albion Skunk, requesting permission to dock.
Docking permission granted.
And there we go. So that sort of sets us back down.
Don't be shy. Try speaking to someone. Don't believe everything they say, especially if it's about how qualified they are. If I'm ever looking to hire someone or get a good deal, I usually try to sweet talk them.
Alright, there we go.
We've got company. You should head back.
Apparently we have company, but there's nobody really here. So the ship is actually pretty big for what it's worth. I mean, like when you're inside the ship, it looks like it's pretty tiny, but it's actually pretty big. And from the sounds of it, I mean, if you guys, I don't know if you guys heard that or not, but it sounds like the station's actually under attack by a few like pirate fighters, and they'll typically be fought off with a fair amount of ease by the.
While you're out there, watch out for containers packed with goodies. If it's not locked or nailed down, grab it.
I think we've already talked about this. Yeah, so you can also take stuff from the containers.
Take a look in the vents too.
Let's see. I don't think we'll be oh, well, we could take a look at what is inside these. Oh god, oh no, I'm not. Hope I'm not stuck here. I was gonna say we could take a look at what is inside the vents too, but we will have to get back here, so I'll do that. Didn't realize you could actually get stuck on those. So all we'll do is that we'll just go out and we'll just go back into the station. So we'll pull off here and redock.
This is the Albion Skunk. Requesting permission to dock.
Docking permission granted. Welcome aboard.
Okay, so second time around, yeah, like I said, well, what I was going to say was that I usually don't mess around with the stations too much. I mean, if there are any containers nearby that we can just sort of access easily, I'll typically try to pick them up. But I'm not gonna go out my way to pick these things up. Yeah, we'll just do that. Come in here, pick up these two. Yeah, people inside this universe don't seem to mind that we just sort of take their private property and just leave. Also, the other question is that how are we able to carry so much mining equipment and entertainment consoles? But anyhow, we just sort of pick things up like that. And let's find a captain. And, well, we can ask this person to show us his qualifications.
Show me your skills, please.
Absolutely. But typically, it won't really say much about them. So with that kind of said, we're just going to hire this person simply because he's the easiest person that we can find. So we'll hire him. These guys usually cost a fee, but it's fairly cheap.
You will greatly appreciate my appointment.
And we'll hire him like that. He'll display a little cutscene. He'll go on board our ship, and we will just go back.
We've got company. You should head back.
Yeah. In the previous games, I mean, you were actually able to blow up these stations, and I don't think you're able to do this inside this particular version. But you never know, you might be able to. I don't think the ships actually blow up when the station blows up, though. In the previous games, you used to be able to see the ships outside, the ships that were docked, anyhow, and you used to be able to build your own stations, too. I'm pretty sure building stations is still around, but I'm not so sure about the destruction portion. So there we go. We're back inside our ship, and all we have to do is fly back and deliver that captain. Then we'll have a second trade ship manned and ready, or rather the first trade ship that we have. So let's go and do that. Let's find our way here. Don't want to bump anything too badly. There we go, speed up, speed up, speed up. And these stations are really rather pretty. Each and every single one of these like little ships that are coming in, you can actually select, and these are all NPC freighter ships, and yeah, there's an entire line of them out right over there. You can actually start shooting at them, and you could try to rob them, but I mean it's not really worth it, and that the station guns will probably take you out before anything major happens. Alright, let's see.
Entering frozen circuit.
Now, we're supposed to find our freighter ship again. Let's just get there and deliver this person, and we'll be off. Now, the first time I did this mission, it's odd in that, like how you're supposed to do this is that you'll see here that there's this green icon here with the boxes, and you're actually supposed to dock here. But the game tutorial, you see here that as soon as we move past the front of the ship, it'll start pointing to the mid section of the ship here, and well, it'll say find a dock to dock your trade ship at. But the problem is that when you the first time you play this, like to me, the instinctive thing would be to try to dock your ship inside like whatever the arrow, the objective arrow is pointing to, right? And it points to this like green box section. The only problem with that is that section, if you look at it from the sides, it actually points to this small docking, or what I thought was a docking port. Yeah, we'll just bounce off the ship, it doesn't really matter. It does no damage whatsoever. There's like these, there's these small docking arrays on the sides of the ship, and with that kind of said, you're actually supposed to go to the front of the ship to dock, so I mean that is one thing that messes people up. Yeah, because you have these like little gaps here, and they kind of look like places where you would dock at, but they're not. You're actually supposed to go all the way to the front of the ship and use the structure there. You can blow up these ships, these trade ships, and a lot of the bigger ones, section by section, so I should be able to actually select certain portions of this ship, so I'll be able to select some things here. I know that if you go to the rear of the ship, you can select the engines on the back, and you can blow those up individually, but on the front here, there doesn't seem to be any modules. And all we have to do is here.
This is the Albion Skunk. Here. Requesting permission to dock.
Just like that. And we will be able to land on our own freighter ship. And for some reason, these ships always look bigger on the inside than the outside. But, oh, we can steal from ourselves too. There's tons of crates here. Tons of crates. All we're really supposed to do here is that we're just supposed to open up this menu, press the buttons 5 and 2, so we will call someone remotely. We'll call one of our employers and send them to work here.
Okay, sir. I'll take up my new duty station now.
And they'll just get off the boat like that, off our ship and into this one, and then we can effectively command them to do whatever we'd like them to do. Let's do a quick time check here. 46 minutes. Well, I think we'll end it off
you should
here.
add the ship to your squad.
And
Once in your
when
squad,
we
the
come
ship
back,
will follow you.
we'll take a look at the second portion of the tutorial. So, well, like I said, I mean, the game does start off fairly slowly, but I feel like after another section, the tutorial will be over, and we'll really be able to just kind of do whatever we'd like. So, I'll see you guys then. Bye-bye for now.